Okay, well, thank you. Last week when we started hearing the rumors about possibly the school year starting a little bit later, staff started looking at what kind of things we could do to fill in the gaps for the kids during this week to 2 weeks or whatever it ended up being. So we were doing that, and I found out just this evening that looks like they're looking at the 2-week period, September 7th, I believe. 9th is their start date.
8th. So we had
sometime in September.
The 8th. Has anybody got the right?
Monday the 8th.
It was the 8th.
The gospel says the 8th.
Monday 8th.
Okay.
Okay.
Anyway.
Good word on
Bill's
that.
got
On the 8th. So anyway, 2 weeks is what we were looking at regardless. And so the first thing that comes to mind on a nice 90-some degree day is the pool. And we were able to confirm that we would have at least enough staff to operate that for the first week. We do not have confirmation yet that we have enough staff to operate it the second week. Just looking at past years, you're looking at about $2,600 a day operating costs, and or wait, I'm sorry, I think that was for the week. And yeah, sorry, expensive pool. But you're also looking at, in those last few weeks of the seasons in the past, we've also had about $1,700 in concessions and daily passes. So you're looking at about a $900 a day expense overall.
day or week?
Week.
2,600.
Hey, I didn't keep us here this late. It's already going. Okay.
So Dwight, just to be clear,
Yes.
Yeah, but we'll do something.
a net of revenue cost of $900 a week to keep the pool open to entertain the Moscow kids that aren't in school.
Correct.
Okay.
And of course, that's just based on old averages.
Okay.
Typically, at the end, that's, kids are burned out on the pool, and, so attendance drops, things like that. But in this case, they've got a 2-week respite from school, and there's not a whole lot.
Out as mama is.
Correct. Exactly.
It's arm wrestle time.
So we do have a few other things. The after-school program would start as it would already, so there would be stuff going on, activities going on over at the Egan, but that doesn't start till 3 p.m. All of our staff that operate those programs over there are college, and the college is not delaying, so we've lost our staff for that. But we do have an adventure program, or the school district does, so we would be trying to promote and push kids that direction. And also the HERC, the floor is at the end of this week will be ready to be played on again. Greg's been working with some of the different coaches to see what kind of skills camps and things like that we can put on. Those would be fee-based, but also free time, drop-in play, things like that would take place as well. So in a nutshell, that's what we have on basically a one-day notice. What we would be asking tonight is authorization to continue operating the pool, which is beyond the season that we had estimated. Looking at the budget, I think we'll still come in under what we ended up with, or at least I don't think we would exceed it much from what we budgeted anyway. But we had one of those exceptional years this year. The pool kept operating, and we had lots of hot days. So even though revenues are up, that also means expenses go up because you have staff working so much more. But it's still, based on our original way of budgeting the pool, we still have a little bit left there to play with, and I think we would be fine with this. And then again, when it comes to the pool, all we have confirmation of is just the first week. And we'll still work, and hopefully we would know tomorrow whether we could finish out a second week if it's needed.
Question for you, Dwight. Now, these things that you're proposing, these extra activities, are they going to be put on a website so people can see what's going on?
Oh, yeah.
So people will know?
We
Mothers out there.
would use all the media outlets that we can. We also put information out on our Facebook page.
Perhaps the newspaper could write a nice little article.
And some of this will be a work in progress as we go, too. A lot of instructors, things like that, were not available to talk things over. So we'll just do what we can to give them something to do that's fun.
Okay, before I get to Gary, so the biggest thing you're looking for is for the council to approve keeping the pool open for at least one more week. Is that correct? 2 weeks?
2 weeks.
And just in the event?
Authorization, too.
And then if you don't have enough bodies for the second week, you guys close it, is that?
Yes.
Okay, Gary?
I'm sorry if I may have missed this. Was there a discussion regarding whether to extend the season passes longer than the season had been anticipated?
Well, not tonight, we didn't, but that was part of the plan, is that the fees, basically all the fees that we currently charge would still be in place. Our plan was that season passes that people have already purchased would just be extended through the end. This year, it'll be interesting for you when we bring the final report, because the daily passes have just way up there, so I don't think that's will be any cause for alarm.
One thing that you may find, Dwight, in my not very periodic driving through the parking lot of the pool and looking at license plates, I don't know that Pullman plans to wait to open their school system or anything, so some of those day passes you may lose because some out-of-town people's school will have started, so that'll have some implication, whatever it is.
Could be.
Tom?
I'd like to say that I'm going to talk to the Master Swim Group and see if there's any interest in making a contribution towards this additional cost, because it could be that the Master Swim Group might want to say, hey, this is a good thing to get kids active and keeping them active at the pool. So I'll talk it up among those folks to see if there's any interest in making a small private donation towards these additional costs.
Okay.
But I'd like to make a motion, if I may, to authorize the extension of the pool up to 2 weeks, keeping that open.
I'll second that.
Okay, Tom made a motion to go ahead and give Dwight and the Parks and Rec Department approval to keep the pool open for 2 additional weeks, second by Dan. I'll start with, you got a question?
I have a
before you
question.
go in?
Do you need council action to look at other possible programs, even if they're fee-based, to try to entertain?
No. We have, it's in the proposed fee resolution tonight even, we have one item there that's for unknowns.
So this motion that's on the floor would does what he needs. Does what Wayne says. Does what you need.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, we'll start with Art.
Aye.
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 Okay, 6-0. Thank you,
Thank you.
Dwight, very much for that presentation.